Hey guys, welcome to the channel. I want to discuss the first major boss fight in Stranger of Paradise, Tiamat. So I am playing this game on hard difficulty, and in this video you're going to see me figuring out the fight after this was my probably 5th or 6th attempt, really figuring out how everything worked. The first thing I'm going to tell you is make sure that you are very prepared to absorb all sorts of attacks because you're going to need it for the MP. As you can see, you can absorb pretty much everything that he does here. The first phase is also a lot easier than the second phase, so if you are having a hard time with the first phase, don't fret, take your time, and play more defensively than offensively. What you want to do here is aim for his necks. Obviously he has 6 heads here. You want to try to take slices at his necks because that'll give you not only the most possible damage, but you can actually chop off the heads if you do enough damage. As you can see, that was a big hit there for several thousand damage across each of his necks. It just did a lot. But overall, he has a lot of different attacks. Most are actually AoE attacks that'll cover a wide area either around him or in a line in front of him. Now make sure that you do stay a fair range away from him if you're not able to go after the tail blocks there. He does do a jump attack, which is very easy to absorb as well. Just make sure that you're taking the time to absorb everything that you can, and then when he's in the middle of one of his attacks facing another direction, go ahead and try to hit his necks a little bit. As you can see, I focus on just absorbing his damage as much as I can whenever I can, so that way I can build up more MP for my own attacks as well to make the most of the moments when I can fight. As you did just see there, when his attacks do hit you, they will destroy your break gauge extremely quickly as well. So make sure that you're not over encumbering yourself with that and only doing things that make sense as much as they can. I do believe as well that the purple attacks will actually go through your absorb a little bit and do a little health damage anyway. So sometimes if you have to, make sure you avoid them. As you can see, I'm already going through potions like crazy before the first half of this fight is even done. But overall, you can see when you can find the moments to attack. The whirlwinds are actually very easy to absorb here as well. But the main issue that I have with it is oftentimes during the whirlwind absorbing, he'll actually jump at you and attack you. And it's very hard to time to absorb all of that at the same time. So my advice there with whirlwind specifically is just avoid it. But if you're good at timing it and absorbing the whirlwinds as well as his jumps and lunges at you, then go ahead and do it, because you know I couldn't do it, but you might be able to. Okay, so the biggest thing about the second phase here is he will actually regen, and he regens basically all of his health, and so don't even worry about his health bar at this point. What you want to worry about is the yellow bar underneath his health bar. I believe it's called the break gauge. Basically, it's just like their stance or their posture from other games. Now, how to whittle this down, as you can see, part of his break gauge is actually unable to refill now. In order to make that happen, you need to chop off his heads. As you can see, he does have a longer try attack there. That is actually his most vulnerable moment. When he's doing that, you can get right on top of him and then just melee him a bunch, which can give you a lot of damage on his necks. You can hit all of his necks at the same time if you have wide enough attacks to do so. So what you want to do is wait for that attack to come out and then just run up on him and just keep hitting him as much as you can. You'll see me do it over and over again here. I have a long blade attack here. So you will see over time that when one of his heads gets chopped off, his break gauge maximum will decrease. And that is essentially his health bar in this fight. Do not worry about his actual health. You're not going to be able to actually kill him here that way. You have to whittle down the break gauge, so it's going to be a long battle, a little bit of a battle of attrition, if you will. So as you can see here, I'm going for it again. I think we knock off a neck on the next one, and you'll see the maximum of his break gauge actually decrease as time goes on. Now, I do have white mage on as a secondary class, so I can heal myself as well in between these, because I am just about out of potions. But yep, okay, so there goes one of the heads. So his break gauge actually, the maximum decreased. And so what you're going to see basically for the next 5 minutes here is me just taking my time, keeping my distance, finding moments to heal myself up with the white mage side of things, as well as whittle down his break gauge by chopping off his heads whenever I can. That is essentially the nature of this fight. That's pretty much all you can really do at this phase. I don't know if it'll be possible in the future if you get over leveled enough to even knock down all his health, but basically every time he regenerates, he just regens everything, including his actual break gauge, up to the decreased maximum. So that's why it's important to take the time to knock off the heads, because that's the most important factor here. With that said, I'm out of here for now. I hope this video does help you get through this fight as well. This fight was very difficult on hard difficulty. Hopefully you find it a little bit easier, but if not, this video is here to help. With that said, I'm out of here. Thank you so much for liking, commenting, and subscribing, and I'll see you soon for more.
Screw them. Careful, Ash. Try not to get hit.